All right, Herc, let's talk Memo Ochoa, who made the move from Futbol Americas to Serie A and Salernitana. We've now seen him twice in Serie A play. 9 saves in his first game, a 2-1 loss against Milan, and then a 1-1 draw over the weekend. He made 7 saves in that tie against Torino. What do you think of the move before we get to the performances so far for Memo Ochoa?
Well, let's put some context onto why he moved. And it's interesting because Futbol Americas had him in the bag. He was packed. He said, hey, I'm going to sign here. Yes, I will sign for these terms. And then Santiago Baños walks it back, trying to, in a way, say, we've already got him locked down. Let's change the terms. Memo Ochoa doesn't like this. So he and his agent pack up and look elsewhere. And this elsewhere happened to be Serie A, happened to be in a club, in a situation, I should say, that he's not foreign to. A team that's going to be fighting relegation, a team that's going to be fighting to stay up, a team that's going to be defensively impacted. He will see lots of shots. And pretty much so, everything we've seen these last 2 weeks, it's what I was expecting. The performances, the amount of shots he receives, the team he's on, etc.
Yeah. I go back to the first game, and there was a moment where I'm like, oh, no, this is the Memo of old. The first goal that he gives up against AC Milan, he comes off his line. It's kind of a wandering goalie situation. But then after that, he really does what he does best. He makes a lot of saves under duress. And I think for a team like Salernitana, who tries to play out of the back and is a little bit risk-takey, he's the perfect fit in goal for them. Right now, 14th in the table. What about what it means, Herc, for the Mexican national team? He's 37 years old. Does this put him in the driver's seat, you think, to be the starting goalie for Mexico at the next World Cup?
I hope for Mexico it doesn't. You'd want to take the best goalkeeper possible. And if you're telling me that Memo Ochoa at 40 years of age is the best possible option, I'm telling you that Mexico is going to be in trouble. You look at the starting goalkeepers right now in Liga MX. You have Acevedo, you have Talavera, you have Rodolfo Cota, who is it? Toño, who's in Tijuana. David Ochoa is not even making the list right now. As a producer just told me, he's not even making the list right now for San Luis. Those are the starting Mexican goalkeepers in Liga MX. There aren't a whole lot. So the pool is very, very thin. So he can realistically make that jump. There are not a lot of players, let alone Liga MX at the goalkeeper position, but abroad, there really isn't. So Memo Ochoa right now potentially is in that driver's seat, but at what cost? Acevedo is going to be 30 years old and no World Cup experience if he is the starter in 2026. Man, it's such a sad situation that Mexican football is in right now when you're talking about the production of goalkeepers.
There's a lot of time until 2026. Do you think this is Memo's level at the club level? Like, I think people have seen him go from Futbol Americas, a huge team in Mexico. They see him go to Europe. They want to see him go to a big team, or at least a bigger team in a top 5 league. Of course, Syria is a top 5 league. Salernitana is not a big club. Do you think he could, maybe this season, maybe in a couple seasons at Salernitana, prove that he is finally, even at this older age, late 30s, capable of playing for a significant club in the European theater?
No, and it's not because of Memo Ochoa or anything that he's not done this season or in the previous seasons. It's his age. He's 37 years of age. I don't know what team will want a player of that age if it's not a bottom team, relegation team trying to stay afloat. I think Memo Ochoa has shown you that his level, for good or bad, throughout the World Cup, the World Cups that he's played, is about the level that Mexico gets out of, that mid-table, mid-tier. I think he'd be a very good goalkeeper, but I think those chances for somebody to take a chance on him or to risk their future on has passed him by, and he's looking at this type of club, a club that, yes, first division, yes, in a top league, but maybe fighting to stay in first division.
If nothing else, Memo Ochoa has certainly shown us that he's brave. 37 years old, going to Salernitana in Serie A from Futbol Americas.